going on, people? Welcome to United View. Welcome to your Leeds United versus Man United game preview. We did cover a lot yesterday in the press conference, and we were saying, well, we pretty much, did we do it? Did we do the preview? But no, the preview should kind of always get its own special segment, whether it's in a separate video or the same. So we had to do it. We had to do it ahead of the game tomorrow at Ellen Road. And first of all, I'm massively looking forward to it because this is a game that we haven't seen fans, Man United fans, at Ellen Roads for about 19 years now. About 19 years, a very, very long time. And we have to get out of this kind of notion of, you know, yes, Leeds leave a lot of open spaces. Leeds are very proactive in their running. They're on you. They only have one way of playing. All the things that play into our game against Leeds and why we've done so well against them. But we have to forget about it a little bit and park it, because actually, if you deep it, we had home advantage on those games where we smashed them, what, 6-2 and 6 something else, 6-1 this season, whatever it was. But the game at Ellen Road was, what, 0-0 last season, but there was no fans. There was no fans. This is a different proposition. It is going to be hostile. It is going to be rowdy. It is going to be, I don't want to say toxic, but the Leeds fans will do all they can to make it as uncomfortable and horrific for Man United players and fans as possible. And it's a derby. It is a big, big rivalry between Man United and Leeds. And we haven't had to experience that for the best part of 19 years. Leeds fans have seen it come into Old Trafford. But in terms of us going there, it's a different proposition. Now, on the game, I'm expecting them to come at us from the start. We know what Leeds are like. Man for man marking all over the pitch. People bombing on. Yes, they're still got some injury problems, like Bamford. I think Forshaw's only just coming back now. There's still no Calvin Phillips. They're still missing some. I think Stuart Dallas is still out as well. But what you know about Leeds is exactly how they're going to play. And it doesn't matter who plays in the positions, whether it's young players who have to come in and fill them positions. Bielsa has them playing one way and one way only, which in turn helps us because we know exactly what to expect and can't expect anything different. And we know that in moments of the game, whether we're winning or we're losing, they will still play the same way, same formation, same tactics. But we have to be smart. We have to be smart. That first sort of 15 minutes, we've got to take the sting, first 10 minutes even. Actually, early, the first 5 to 10 minutes about how you set the tone of the game is going to be absolutely key. Yes, you're going to have Rafinha on one side, Jack Harrison on the other, Rodrigo maybe behind a striker or as a striker, and we're up front with Dan James, and you're gonna know that they're gonna come flying at us, pressing, making it awkward, trying to force mistakes. We have got to be so switched on in that first 5-10 minutes. I'm not expecting an easy run. Now, if we can keep the ball from them, you know, let them get frustrated, make some chances, get them turned towards their own goal, then great. That's what we should be doing with the players that we've got. But there should be no shame in having to ride out the first 5 to 10 minutes and feel our way into the game in terms of just settling down a little bit. Don't rush, be composed, and don't make any stupid mistakes to give them confidence. That's the key. Settle the Ellen Road crowd down. Now, Leeds have been poor this season, really, really poor. You know, sometimes they can turn it on like they did against Villa, then they capitulate, ends up being a draw. What did they do? They beat West Ham, you know, Jack Harrison hat-trick. But in the last couple of games, they've gone back to being not great again. You know, losing against Everton, losing against Newcastle. No wins in the last 3. And then, like I said, that draw against Villa, which they did well to hang in there. But essentially, they still weren't great for large parts after starting very well. And that is another thing to remember with Leeds, that if we do go a goal down or they pull a goal back or something like that, they are synonymous for capitulating or still giving you chances. So I think more than ever in any sort of game where Ralph's been frustrated and talking about sticking to the game plan, if there was ever a team to stick to the game plan, right, no matter what happens, it would be Leeds. Because for me, you know exactly how they're going to play from minute 1 to minute 94, 93. So if you stick to the game plan, which is to exploit their spaces, which is to, you know, beat their press and stuff like that, you will get chances. And actually, if you think about how Leeds set up with one-on-one marking all over the pitch, it then becomes about your personal battles. What do you say in football, the cliche term? Win your battles, win your personal battles. If you have 10 outfield players and most of those players, hopefully all, but if 8 of those players and 9 of those players are winning their personal battles, or more than half, the chances are the team's going to play better. The team's going to play well. Your team's going to be in a good spot. So if Jadon Sancho's got a player following him round all the time, or if it's Rashford, player following him round, or whoever it is, midfielders going after midfielders, 1-for-1, man for man, you dominate your opposite number. Everyone make sure they do that. Easier said than done. But in theory, if everybody does that, we have a big chance of beating Leeds United. When we start losing them battles and losing them 50-50s and losing them one-on-one duels, that's when the game becomes very, very difficult and can become overwhelming when they keep coming at you. But we've got the quality to beat Leeds. We do. It's what Man United shows up. Again, how many times do we say that? Good to have Rafael Varane back. We know that he's going to be back. Hopefully there's no last-minute illnesses or something spikes up where he can't play. We definitely need his composure tomorrow. Massive game for Harry Maguire, experiencing it for the first time as well. He needs to show some stuff. He can't be having any bad mistakes or dwelling on the ball, passing too slow. I think we'll probably go with Luke Shaw again and Dalot. They've got to be at it. We saw Paul Pogba rested for the last game against Brighton. My God, does he have to start tomorrow? He has to start tomorrow. Having said that, though, and this is a question to you guys, could we see maybe Ralph Rangnick say, I need energy, I need pace, I need desire and grit in that midfield where McTominay and Fred are going to give me that? I don't want to see that. I do not want to see that. Paul Pogba has to be on the pitch because for me, yes, you can talk about pressing and stuff like that, but it's going to be one-on-one. They're not necessarily hunting in packs. Like I said, they do man-for-man marking all over the pitch. So all Paul Pogba has to do is dominate his opposite number, whoever that may be in midfield, because they've got a lot of injuries and stuff like that. If I look at the team that they started against Everton in midfield, look at that. Their team is so bad. It's almost like a 3-3-3-1 is basically what they played, but it's not. Obviously, you got Stuart Dallas left wing back and Luke Ayling right wing back. So they had Klitsch in there, and then another 3 ahead of that in Rafinha, Rodrigo, Harrison, and you know what they're like. And 3 centre backs in Llorente, Koch, and Struijk. I think that's how you say it. So if it's Klitsch or if there's another one in there and they slightly tweak it, then Paul Pogba has to get over his opposite number. That's how Man United are going to win the game. Simple as that. Do you know what I mean? The game before that, yeah, look, they played a 4-2-3-1. So they did change it. So they can change their formation slightly. But again, I would still say that Luke Ayling and Dallas, although they were left and right back respectively they're wing backs. They just push on and they absolutely blow. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what they do. High energy, high octane. That's how they play. But we've got to take care of our own business. That's what we have to do. And the only way we can do that is by being good on the ball, being confident on the ball, and playing quick as well. Do you know what I mean? In transitions. There's no point dilly-dallying and trying to make 4 or 5 passes to get the ball forward. We've got to be quick, we've got to be intentful, and we've got to penetrate early. That's what we have to do. And if we don't do that, we can create our own problems and no mistakes. The key here is, can you keep your head and not make mistakes? If you're talking about the run for the top 4 as well, there's not much more slip-ups you can have. You know, Arsenal are playing home to Brentford today, I think. Should pretty much win. Let me look at the fixtures for today. They should win that game. You're assuming they're going to win that game. You're looking at the likes of who else? So right, there you go. So Man City, Tottenham. Tottenham should get a hiding. So you want to get them out of the way. Not foreseeing things, but let's be honest. Arsenal at Brentford are playing Brentford at 3 p.m. Wolves against Leicester, tough game for Wolves, but you never know. West Ham, Newcastle, tough game, you never know. So there's points there to be dropped for other teams, but we've got to do our thing. We've got to do our thing. There's no point dropping points and thinking, feeling sorry for ourselves. What if we've been in that little period and ahead of a tough March, yeah, which we know all too well who we've got. We've got Atleti twice. We've got to play Chelsea. We've got to play, I think, Spurs at home, which you can say Spurs are crap, but still, we've got to go and do the job. We've got City away, Everton away, Leicester at home. So it's a tough run. And that's more April side. But again, look, so our March is this: City away, Tottenham home, Atletico at home, Liverpool away. So if you don't come out of that March with something strong, we could be adrift. We could be adrift. I think we have to win one of them big games at least. At least going to Anfield and winning and going to the Etihad is not easy, and winning. We've done it in recent years, actually. Last couple of seasons we've won at the Etihad, but this season seems a bit different. But we can't get beat in them games. But one game at a time, as Ralph says, we got to know what we're doing and we have to be on it. I don't want to see us just starting on a bad foot, players making mistakes, looking at each other like, what are we going to do? And with all the negativity that there has been recently, one thing I do agree with, which is what people are saying, I don't think, regardless of what side of the coin you was on with the media leaks and PR and all that stuff, can't bother to go into it. But one thing I did agree with what everyone says was actually the players have come out and spoke and said this and said that, but really where it matters most is on the pitch. Are they going to get together, show a fantastic performance against Leeds and be at it and show why they are together and show why they are ready to improve? Because essentially, that's where we want all the talking done. Talking about all this off-field stuff and what does this mean and is this, that and is that. It's not great. It's not great. We want to be talking about football. We want the players to be showing us that they're smashing it on the pitch. And that's what I want to see. So that's my prediction. Actually, my prediction, I'm not going to give a prediction because I usually mess it up. Again, I got a bad feeling of a draw. I'll leave it with that. I want to know what you guys' prediction is. And I want to know what your predicted 11s is. And the Paul Pogba situation, just quickly, I didn't finish off on that, did I? Is Ralph Rangnick going to go for legs and energy in there? Or is he just going to go for quality? Is he going to go for the decisive moments? Because I think if we go down the legs and intensity route, I think we lack the quality that we need to pick them apart sometimes, you know. Although we have played well against them with McTominay and Fred, but look what Paul Pogba done against Leeds earlier on in the season. Was that? Yeah, it was. Was it 4 assists in one game against Leeds? Unreal, unbelievable. First game of the season. So Paul Pogba showed he could cope with their press or whatever. He's a world-class player. We don't have him for much longer, in my opinion. I don't think he's going to re-sign. Why are we not playing him in every game possible? And when we can see when he doesn't play, even though he came on against 10 men against Brighton, when he doesn't play, you can see what we lack. And as soon as he comes on, instantly Man United, a different team. It was the same again in the first half against Burnley, which we lost our way. It was the same against Southampton. Paul Pogba was out of control in the first 35 minutes, in a good way, balling out. Again, the team lost its way. And the same when he come on against Brighton. And against Middlesbrough was good. So every game Paul Pogba has been involved in, he himself has given a good account of himself. So I don't think there's any grounds to not be playing him. Fred wasn't great against Brighton, I'll be honest. I'd probably lean more with McTominay and Pogba for this game. I would McTominay and Pogba. But if it's Fred and Pogba, so be it. But I don't want to see McTominay and Fred. I think Paul Pogba has to be starting this game, and Bruno definitely has to start. You need that bit of quality. You need that bit of stardust. And Jadon Sancho again. Time for him to keep shining, keep that intensity up. We've been talking about him exciting us and getting the opposite number, his opposite fullback, you know, with a little bit of fear, thinking, shit, Jadon's coming at me. That's going to be Luke Ayling if he plays on the right wing back. And you know what Luke Ayling's like. He doesn't really respect the opposition in terms of he plays exactly the same way. And it's not criticism to him, it's just an observation and how they play. Don't care whether he's playing against flipping prime Mo Salah or he's playing against someone else. He plays exactly the same way. So he will be bombing on. He will leave spaces in behind. And hopefully we can exploit that. And that is what Jadon Sancho is there to do. The break and transition is key against Leeds. How many times have we seen it? They're running around like blue-ass flies. There's men everywhere. There's challenges flying in. It's high octane. It's high pace. And then boom, they leave a massive gap and you exploit it in behind and you're in. Do you know what I mean? They leave so many spaces, so many opportunities to score, and we've got to exploit that. Smash a like on the video, you guys. Subscribe if you're not new to the channel. I'll see you guys tomorrow on game day. We've got KG. Make sure you keep him sane. Make sure you keep him calm in what's going to be a very, very difficult game. Then you have Owen for the full-time view after that, and then we will be live at you guys with some fan views after the game as well. And as you can see, I love this shirt. You know what I mean? It's made specifically for me. Big up LA. Do you know what I mean? LA Football Club. LAFC, thank you. Bringing the shirt through. They got some other colours as well, you know. As soon as I saw it on the internet, I thought, is that even real? People at me said, no, it's actually real. It's very fitting. It's very fitting. Anyway, I'm out of here, guys. Peace.